Welcome to our top 5 countdown of dark fairy tale origins. Before we dive in, did you know that the fairy tale Little Red Riding Hood was originally much darker than the version we know today? In the original story, the wolf tricks Little Red Riding Hood into eating her grandmother before devouring the little girl as well. Now, onto our list of the top 5 dark fairy tale origins, where we'll explore some of the most controversial and surprising origins of our favorite stories. Number 5. The Little Mermaid. In the original version of The Little Mermaid, written by Hans Christian Andersen, the mermaid falls in love with a human prince and trades her voice for legs so she can walk on land and try to win his heart. However, the prince falls in love with another woman, and the mermaid faces a terrible fate. As a result of making the deal with the sea witch, the mermaid will turn into sea foam and cease to exist if the prince does not return her love. In the end, despite the mermaid's sacrifice, the prince marries someone else and she dissolves into the sea. The original story ends on a much darker note than the Disney adaptation. Number 4. Cinderella. The beloved fairy tale, Cinderella has inspired countless adaptations and variations, but did you know that the original story by the Brothers Grimm was much darker than the Disney version? In the original version, the wicked stepsisters are so desperate to fit into the glass slipper that they cut off parts of their own feet to make them fit. The prince only realizes their deception when birds reveal the truth by singing, "Blood in the shoe, this is not a bride for you." It's a gruesome detail that's often left out of modern retellings. Number 3. The Pied Piper of Hamelin. In the original version of The Pied Piper of Hamelin, the piper is hired by the town to rid it of rats. However, after he successfully leads the rats away, the townspeople refuse to pay him for his services. As revenge, the piper uses his magical music to lure away all of the town's children, and they are never seen again. Some interpretations suggest that the story may be based on a real historical event, but the true origins remain a mystery. Despite its dark undertones, the story has endured as a cautionary tale about the consequences of not keeping one's promises. Number 2. Snow White. The original version of Snow White is much darker than the popular version we know today. While the story still features Snow White and her 7 dwarf friends, the punishment for the wicked queen is much more brutal. Instead of simply being banished or defeated, the queen is made to dance in a pair of red-hot iron shoes until she dies. This ending was considered too violent for children's stories, so it was toned down in later retellings. However, the darker elements of the original version still serve as a reminder of the gruesome nature of many classic fairy tales. Number 1. Sleeping Beauty. The story of Sleeping Beauty is one of the most popular fairy tales of all time, but few people know about its dark and twisted origins. In the original version, written by Giambattista Basile, the tale takes on a much more disturbing tone. Instead of a simple kiss, the prince finds Sleeping Beauty while she is unconscious and pregnant with twins, after being impregnated by a rapist. To make matters worse, when the prince's jealous wife finds out about Sleeping Beauty and her children, she tries to have them all killed. This shocking twist in the story turns the fairy tale on its head, revealing the harsh realities of life in a time when women had little control over their own bodies and lives. And there you have it, folks, our top 5 dark fairy tale origins. From dark and gruesome to cautionary and surprising, these stories have captivated generations of readers with their enduring themes and unforgettable characters. It's quite fascinating to see how these stories have evolved over time, and how different they were from the versions we know today. What's your favorite fairy tale? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for more fun videos. See you soon.